What's going on, Mustang enthusiasts? I'm Jake Teasler, and this is where you're going to find the latest Mustang and automotive news. So, we've got the 2020 GT500 coming out on the 14th, which is in about 4 days, and I've got some breaking news for you about the GT500. Here we go. So, this just was posted this morning by Lethal Performance. I haven't seen this anywhere else, so let's just go ahead and dive right into it. So, Team Lethal posted this about 36 minutes ago, and I haven't seen this information yet, so let's just go through and look at this together. So, 2020 GT500 Rumor Mill Report. Ford filed some patents that seem to directly correlate to some rumors we've heard about the 2020 GT500. Some patents even mention the supercharger clearance. The car gets unveiled on Monday. If these patents are made in production, the new Shelby is sure to have some serious technology. So what we've got here is, if you look at the schematics, basically it's active brake ducts that would vector the airflow to different wheels for optimum cooling. You know, this is going to be good for road racing. There's going to be Strut Tower Brace, which is, that's on the performance spec. But this one is actually going to be made of magnesium to accommodate the supercharger. We've got side splitters. We've seen this before, but this is actually, shown in the diagrams, which is kind of interesting. And these are no one's seen this before. This is new stuff. Active hood vent system. So it seems like this GT500 is actually going to be set up for road racing, and I'm assuming they've got a lot of cooling going on because this is going to be a supercharged road racing capable vehicle, right, for track days. So active hood vent system. Patent details hood vent system that can open and close via a control module, which is hooked up to a plethora of sensors. So probably speed dependent and temperature dependent. Active aero underbody shield. That's cool. That's pretty cool. So like wind, like a wind flap. Have you seen the Bugatti, which when you smash the brakes on the I believe it's the Veyron, the wing will come up and give you kind of an air brake. You see that in super exotic race cars and stuff like this. So this is an underbody system which would be configured to open during vehicle braking to reduce downforce and therefore provide better lift balance adjustment for the motor vehicle. So let's look at the diagram, see if we can get any closer. Here we go. Vehicle sensors, brake cooling memory, suspension data. Okay, so this is all going to be based on first intake airflow, second intake airflow regulator, fourth intake airflow regulator. So a lot of different sensors and motors to regulate this active aero, the cooling flap, and the front grille. So these are the sensors, I'm assuming. So these are for the brake ducts. This would be the brake duct entry. It's going to go in here, blow that cold air from the front of the vehicle onto the brakes. You've also got some diagrams of where the airflow is going to go. This is for the underbody. So it looks like they're trying to even get air to the rear brakes. There's another diagram here. This would be for the Magnesium Strut Tower Brace. So if you look at a normal performance pack vehicle, there is usually the strut brace kind of comes right over on top of the vehicle, like on my car, the 2015 GT performance package. So they've made, and usually when you install a supercharger, you have to remove that, especially if you do a big Whipple. So this is actually going to go back closer to the firewall and bolt onto the firewall and give you a little bit more space for that supercharger. So this is on the GT500, the 2020. So this is all new information, which is cool. This is more for the splitter system. So these are similar to the GT350. This piece looks new. I'm not really used to seeing this either. Vehicle controlled active hood vent for aero balance. So this is like a schematic of, this is like a flow sheet, right? Braking. Okay, so for the reasoning would be for braking or cornering. Drag reduction required, yes or no? If yes, for the reason, traveling at top speed, traveling at Vmax, traveling at high speed to accelerate faster. So if you're accelerating or if you're doing a top speed run, you would require drag reduction, right? So you would want less drag if you're accelerating or doing a top speed pull. So I'm assuming that they would So what you can do, if you see these cars that do top speed runs, a lot of times they tape up any cracks, or you'll see them tape up. They'll take off the windshield wipers. They will tape up any little crevice in order to make it more aerodynamic. So they will close the hood vents. You'll have an active system to close the hood vents, actually, which seems counterintuitive. You'd think that you'd want that open to provide better cooling, but actually, it seems like it's more beneficial when you're accelerating or traveling at top speed to have these shut down. So the controller is going to work vehicle network. Let's see. Rear downforce required, yes or no. No action if yes. The reason would be for vehicle speed stability, cornering for lane change maneuvers, or acceleration. This is actuator. Open the hood vents for maximum front grip, braking and cornering. Vehicle height monitoring device. So that the height monitoring probably has to do with if you're going around a corner fast, then the vehicle height's going to change. So that would have something to do with, that would kind of determine and let the car know if you're going around a corner fast, possibly, or that has something to do with I'm assuming it has something to do with the MagneRide. I don't know. We're just looking at this. I've never seen this stuff before, so this is the first time I'm seeing it. The first time you guys are seeing it. Acceleration monitoring device, deceleration monitoring device, ladder acceleration monitoring, brake pressure monitoring device, steering wheel angle monitoring device, vehicle wheel position, vehicle height, vehicle speed, engine operating temperature. Right. So they, all this stuff, when you're controlling this aero, you also obviously want to look at the engine temperature and have that as a variable and a factor when you're going to be opening and closing these air vents, because that's pretty important. This is vehicle controlled active underbody shield vent. This is pretty interesting. So active underbody shield vent controller, vehicle network, temperature threshold reached, yes or no. No action, yes. Actuate active underbody shield vent, vehicle network. Brake actuation above desired, yes or no. If yes, actuate it. If no, no action. So in order to get action, you would need the brake actuation above the desired threshold, and then you would need the temperature reached. So that's interesting stuff. So it looks like the GT500 is going to have quite a few things. So cooling for the brakes. Let's look at this again now that we've got a little better grasp on what we're looking at here. This is the first time I've looked at this too, guys, so bear with me as we're looking at this. Brake cooling manager. Let's see if we can zoom in and just look at this just for a second. See if they have any yes or no stuff on this that we can read. Okay, so they're going to have an airflow regulator. There's 1, 2, 4. There's 4 motors, there's 4 diverters, and there's 4 regulators. And there are sensors based on the suspension, the brake temperature, movable element manager, and motor manager. So their first intake airflow regulator it's looking at yeah, this is kind of hard to all put together, but essentially you're going to get cooling ducts for the brakes on all 4 wheels. Pretty cool stuff. This all leads you to know that this car is going to be ready for the track. This car is made to go 200 miles an hour. It's made to go around the racetrack. It's made to keep the brakes cool. This is for front end rigidity for the suspension and to clear the supercharger. This is to have more downforce on the front end and to keep it feeling more stable at high speeds. So this is another indicator that this car is made to go around the racetrack and have high speeds. Vehicle controlled active hood vents for aero balance. This is obviously for top speed runs, and you can also use it to keep the car cool and to keep it more stable. Open hood vents for maximum front and grip. So by opening the hood vents, allowing more airflow. So this works in combination. So all this stuff is made to work together. This is a whole system made to work together. The brakes, the strut tower, the flicks, the splitters, the active hood, the flap underneath, the active underbody shield vent controller. Very, very, very cool stuff. Guys, if you want more 2020 GT500 news as it comes out leading up to the unveil, subscribe now and be sure to turn on the notifications so you get this information as it comes out. I'm going to be posting regularly as Team Lethal post information. I'm going to be resharing that, and it's possible that I get some information. You know, there's some good stuff going on over at Team Lethal, and I'm going to be sharing that. And be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to keep you updated with the latest Mustang and automotive news. But specifically this week, it's all about the GT500 unveil. So if you want to see more of the GT500 as it comes out for the next few days, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will keep you updated. Until next time, Mustang fans, have a great day.